Whoop! Not doing my headphones any favors, am I? Goodness gracious. Alright. Let me try and catch up on this fuck show. Where am I here? Can't scroll. Sub goal for Adam. Whitewashing as in portraying it as simply sticking up for the poor and being for equality? What, communism? I've literally never heard anyone fucking even approach talking about communism in that light. Communism is such a fucking bad word, especially in the States. I've never heard on the TV, on fucking in my social circles, outside, zero people talking about communism in Canada in any positive light. Maybe some fringe fucking political party. I've never heard anyone talking about it, let alone whitewashing communism. Holy shit, if you think capital is bad, wait until you empower the government to dictate the economy. Well, I mean, they already kind of do. I understand what you're getting at. I don't think that people think that capitalism is bad from the standpoint that it's bad in its entirety. I think people, or at least people that are worth having a conversation with about this, would be of the understanding that there are, like many things, parts of capitalism that are very beneficial, but also parts of capitalism that can be wildly abused and end up causing lots of other problems, just like any fucking other thing, just like the government running it or whatever. Because whether it's the government or it's corporations, again, I'm gonna say this: the secret ingredient is humans, and the vast majority of people in both government and at the very top of all of the major corporations share certain personality traits that lead to them not having a whole hell of a lot of empathy, which ends up causing some problems. It makes them very good at their job in that they are good at finding a bottom line and fucking blasting it to the moon. But all the other shit, the soft skills, kind of just which cause their own problems. Every time it's been tried, there's been mass starvation. Well, I don't think anyone is actually, in this chat especially, advocating for the government specifically running absolutely everything. I have no idea why you would even be talking about that in this chat room. There's a reason even China had to introduce free market elements, because they were going to completely collapse if they didn't. Yeah, okay, sure. That's probably why nobody in here is advocating for the government running everything. I'm referring to the billionaires control most of the wealth in the countries when they are rampant as a result. And bribe politicians to pass laws to make it easier for them to accumulate more capital and make it harder for people at the bottom to make ends meet. Yeah, so like, this is what I was referring to. I'm just reading Zeth's thing. Zeth is not taking issue with the idea of the entirety of capitalism so much as the parts of capitalism that allow certain mechanisms to be abused that end up in situations that are not always ideal. Give me some chicken? All I got is pizza. I'll add, when those companies then fuck themselves, they put their hands out for bailouts. I mean, that's one that everyone fucking hates, I have to imagine. Every time something goes wrong, what's the saying? It's what, capitalism for the, or whatever for the average citizen, socialism for major corporations. So, you know, they want the average person to do it all themselves and not have to draw upon the system. But then when a major corporation has a big, you know, oopsie, and we might actually go out of business, and oh my god, then all of a sudden it's socialism because we need it to keep this afloat, and they weaponize the whole, like, well, this company's gotten large enough now that we employ X people, and so that's used as a you know, as a bargaining chip, so to speak. As a libertarian, I would be against that, as the government and corporations shouldn't have that sort of incestuous relationship. I'm asserting that system, that system is confused for capitalism when in fact it's corporatism or fascism, as Mussolini defined it. You should go on Reddit then? No, fine. Okay, well, okay, so we're not Reddit. I don't, like, if you go looking for anything on the internet, one of the worst parts of the double-edged sword of the internet is that it has allowed fringe ideologies or people that would normally have a hard time finding other people with misguided notions, or ideologies or thoughts and finding each other, because there are 8 billion people on the planet, and they can find each other as if they were living in the same town of 150 people, where otherwise they might fall under some other order. And so, going on Reddit, like, the statement, you should spend more time on Reddit, first of all, there's a reason why I don't spend time on Reddit. You're literally going over it right now. You apparently think that you can expand everything you read on Reddit to the general population of any given country, which is comedically fucking poor, but it is a dangerous presupposition, or a dangerous, not a presupposition, a dangerous presumption to be making. Nobody in this room prompted you with anything that resembled fucking Reddit, but you still managed to devolve into trying to use some shitty gotchas and cornering that are in themselves misguided. So all I'm trying to get across here is that before you just go full fucking weapons of mass destruction in a chat room or on Reddit or in a Discord server or in a fucking, you know, forum on the back corners of the fucking internet, wherever it is, you understand that just because you've run into a certain group of people in one area does not mean that you just immediately fucking canvas the bitch. Because what will happen is, what you have likely run into many times, is people get immediately defensive and the conversation devolves into just everyone mudslinging and calling each other idiots. Because nobody wants to listen to each other anymore because it's already starting on a horrible fucking footing. So just try and, you know, this isn't all gas, no brakes. Just like what we've discovered, ironically, is that if we slow down and we don't just jump right into that shit, is that you have found more common ground with Zethris than uncommon ground. So you can see why how you attacked this situation could have led to you just assuming that you and Zeth don't have any common ground or very little, or that your preconceived notions, just because of a couple things Zeth said and applied to his and tried to start putting words in his mouth and shit, meant that he was of a certain mind and a certain thought process, when in fact that wasn't the case. You see why that's dangerous? You gotta be careful with that shit. And if you want to convince anyone, or if you want more people to think like you, the last thing that you should do is basically what you did to start this whole conversation. But if you're nihilist and you don't give a fuck and the world can just burn to the fucking ground for all you care, then I guess it doesn't matter. But if you're somebody that actually wants to propagate and proliferate your ideas upon other people, or hope to, not because you're preaching it, but because you're having an open dialogue with somebody in which they may have an aha moment themselves, then you have to change how you enter into a conversation like that. Otherwise, it's just going to be a fucking nightmare. And the responses you get from people will probably make you feel like everyone is just crazy and they're all out to get you or some shit. I've seen this happen so many times. The way that people enter into arguments or discussions with people that aren't arguments but make them arguments, and then when people get defensive, they immediately flip it around and assess the fact that that person became defensive as some other, like, clue to some big fucking thing, and then all of a sudden everyone is against me, everyone's an idiot, can't talk to anyone, holy shit, the world's coming to an... Like, and all it is just you haven't learned how to have a conversation. Probably because you spend too much time online, where everything is reductive and nobody wants to have an actual conversation, or worse yet, you're in areas in which long form is not something that people want to care about. Many people just discuss things in memes. You also have no idea how old anyone is when you're fucking talking to them. They could be fucking 13 years old, they could be fucking 53 years old, they could be 73 years old, they could be 48. Could be like, you have no fucking clue. You don't know where they're from, really. You don't know what their background is. You don't know their politics. You don't know their nothing. You don't get any of the normal social cues that you would if you were in an actual, like, person-to-person discussion. You get nothing. You're just fucking flying by the seat of your pants. And when you're online, when you miss out on all of that shit, and then you enter into a discussion in which everything is memes and fucking reductive and black and white and binary and ones and zeros, and then somebody says the wrong thing here, and then it's everyone trying to get somebody in a gotcha so that they can look like they're actually the superior fucking minded individual, and everyone's just firing back and forth at each other to the point where nobody gets anywhere. All it is just tribalistic fuckery. And if you want to know the fastest route for the fucking entirety of North America to devolve into a shit show, it would be for everyone to act that way and less somewhere else. Quickest way. In fact, we're already seeing the fruits of that labor. And now I'm gonna eat my pizza. Mmm. Rip mark, value gone. I haven't seen that movie, Kevin's, in so fucking long. Phenomenal movie, though. Yeah, I gotta be careful with it, Zeth, myself, because because I get heated over the fact that it's even happening. Because it's just such an enormous waste of everyone's fucking time if that's how everyone's gonna interact with everyone else. When it comes to anything that's something, you know, political or fucking otherwise, like religion or some other shit, it's like now nobody wants to talk about it because all that happens is everyone just starts yelling and screaming at one another. Like, just drives me fucking crazy. Like, it's because all we get is just a never-ending loop of... I mean, look at what politics has become because of this being the thing. All politicians have to do is a play to emotions every time now. On, like, single voter issues, because it's the most divisive thing. And nobody wants to talk about it openly and honestly, and so it's easy. It's the most easy divide and fucking conquer thing. You just single voter issue, fuck it, full send, win. In a lot of places. And a lot of people are doing the work for them. They're doing the division work for them. Jesus, guns, babies, holy shit. Long division. Nobody remembers long division after grade 4. That shit's black magic after you get it at grade 4. Things are really complicated, though. And I say that broadly intentionally. Things are complicated. And I wish that people thought about that more. People will take the path of least resistance most frequently, of course, and so thinking about something as being straightforward or more simple so that you can just put it in a box makes it so much easier. And that's a potent weapon when you're trying to convince people as well of something. But the reality is, like, just go. There's a YouTube channel that has done a pretty good job of showcasing, you know, realities that a lot of people don't even fucking think about in North America. And putting it in as unbiased a light as possible, that I think would bring some reality to a lot of people, and as to like just where we really are at, or where we can be at, or where we could be at. And that's Soft White Underbelly. This dude is prolific as shit. He's got thousands of videos. He goes into. He has a positive reputation in Skid Row in LA. And if that doesn't tell you something. So, you know, there's so fucking much going on that is so far outside of the day-to-day life of most people that they don't think about, and it's, you know, you can't be expected to know and understand absolutely everything. And so at this stage where everything is now global, and the issues have gotten bigger than just when you're voting for somebody, is, you know, it's not just only, you know, who's going to allow me to take home some more money, who's going to make sure that the school system is okay. It's so much more than a community thing now, that it's very difficult for voters to make informed decisions, and much more easy for politicians to abuse their positions on top of that. And it's just like, so you gotta go into conversations understanding that, you know, not immediately thinking that somebody just doesn't know fucking anything, or trying to catch them in corners. Especially that. Like, going in with, like, predetermined gotchas and shit is just, that's the fastest way to never get anywhere. Oh my god, foreign policy and shit. Watching people discuss geopolitics from an armchair is some of the most painful shit you can imagine. What up, corpse? That shit is brutal. I hope the family is good. That beautiful baby is good. I just asked Bing Chat with us. That's amazing. Baby is great, amazing. Bought a new car, fantastic. And it was actually there, even better. Mark! Holy shit, you got a Honda hybrid without having to wait for 18 months? Is that even possible? Holy shit. Growing up during the Iraq War set my tone for foreign policy for life, I think. Most of us in this chat grew up during that time. The thing to remember with any war at all is that it is very difficult to determine good guy, bad guy. It's more like bad guy, badder guy. When the Berlin Wall came down, let's go. That was a big one. Berlin Wall coming down, fuck me. I would've, that must have been such a moment. Seeing that shit on TV. I remember none of this because I'm a Zoomer. Wow. Yeah, you missed all that fun stuff. Oh, don't worry, you'll have your own eventually. The world's largest battery manufacturer had a technological breakthrough with a new sodium-ion battery that's going into production next year with an energy density of 500 watt per kilogram, which is around double current lithium battery. That's fucking crazy. Is it any more flammable? I appreciate that, Corpse. Thanks for stopping in, brother. I'm thrilled to hear that everyone is doing well and that miraculously you managed to buy one of the 3 showroom cars in the entire country. That's a huge dub. Always good to see you, brother. You have yourself a good one. And, have a wonderful time with that wonderful family. I'll send you a picture. Amazing. And we'll be thrilled. And we'll never complain about getting more baby pictures. Corpse asking about my name. Oh my god. Resident Evil 5, Portal 2, Left 4 Dead 2, and more. That's random as shit. He hosts a podcast, Technical Awful, where he talks about video games, movies, TV, and tech support. Wow. It'd be too harsh if I was a certain gauge to obviously or my. That's hilarious. Oh my god, Corpse, that's freaking hilarious. And this child is adorable. Of course you have that friggin'... Oh my god, what movie is that chicken from? A rooster. Of course. Moana. That's it. Yeah, I think it's the Moana chicken. The giant eyes. Oh my goodness. Amazing. I will show those to Em later and she will be thrilled. Yeah. She looks nothing like her mother. I was gonna say, she looks an awful lot like, I don't know what Mom looks like, but she looks an awful lot like Dad. You know what, though? That can change. Like, I've got friends of mine that starts off looking nothing like one parent and all the other. And then by the time the kid is like 4 or 5, all of a sudden it's like somebody flipped a switch. The other genes activate and all of a sudden it's all over. Oh, dude, we are old now. No doubt. No doubt. We are old men. Wait, it's gonna be bad. Man, couple years from now, I have my kid with Em. I don't know if I'm ever gonna financially or emotionally recover from that. Whew. "45 years young, though. Am I right? I'm a child, I know. You know what the worst, I'm not 45. No. I'm 34. With hair and a shaved beard, I'm 19. Unfortunately, the hair's not gonna happen, and I'm definitely not shaving my beard. The worst part about all this is that you can never complain to your parents about your age, because no matter how hard you try, they're always gonna have it be like, look, who are you talking to right now? You think you're old. There's no confiding. It never ceases. M's genetics, best do some hard caring for your kid. Listen, our kid's gonna be half Asian, which means they'll look fine until, instead of like 65, they'll look fine until about 50. Maybe 45 before they start to get... Me and other white folk, 30 and it's pretty much just downhill. So, I figure half Asian, we're shooting for 45. Chuck could be born as a 20-year-old. Well, luckily, the two sides of the family should theoretically, like, even this all out, so, you know, even if I have a boy, they're not gonna be 6'6". It's just not gonna happen. You know, they'll be like, you know, 5'11", 6 foot. By the time my daughter is out of her diapers, I'll just be getting it. Hey, the good news is, just, you know, save the leftovers. Stitch them together. You'll be prepared when your time arrives. Well, yes, the unused leftovers, yes. Dude, you know what, Corpse? Honest to God, except for one kid in our friend group who had some health issues early on and so didn't grow quite as fast. All these kids now? Like, you know the old saying, there's something in the water? Bro, there is 100% something in the fucking water. I don't know what it is. Every child is just huge. Like, everyone I hear, it's like, my doctor tells me my kid's in the top 95th percentile. And you're like, what do you mean? If everyone is in the 95th percentile, nobody is in the 95th percentile. Where are we getting this information from? Like, everyone is just huge. Who is still here summoning this fucker? What the shit? Something in my wife's breast milk, it's like superhero origin story. It's true, dude. These kids are enormous. There's a couple of sisters that are toddlers of a friend of M's, and they're gonna grow into their heads. Their heads are like actual watermelon. I went the wrong way. Fuck. Actual fucking watermelon. It's madness. Is she eating like a horse too? I feel like, you know, when I was growing up, Mom would always be telling, you know, talking about, you know, telling stories, the same story 1,000 times about, you know, me being born and the long labor, and I was 24 inches long and damn near 11 pounds, and everyone was in the OR, partying in the OR, and then talking about how I was like insatiable, so they had to start feeding me like semi-solid foods on like week 2. And I feel like that's just every kid now. I just feel like everyone is when she's hungry, she roars at us. That's amazing. I have one answer about infant gigantism. The dairy lobby, they complain that they don't want to reduce production, so pizza now has cheese inside the crust. Taco Bell makes 4 cheese. Oh, I know. I mean, nutrition is the #1 thing. It's kind of like, you know, it's easily trackable to see, you know, the average height of a nation based on general nutrition. And that's clearly been the thing. I never went down here. I forgot to go down here. I remember seeing that it was Zeus and then never actually going down. Oh yeah, got the Giga Brain. Just an absolute melon. If you had to give up Timmy's coffee or Timbits for a year, which one am I giving up? Oh, coffee. Wife, want me to show you one more picture? Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Let me just sit at this place so I don't get murked by some random friggin'... I gotta find out how to knock that guy down and get him to stop ringing that bell, or this place is gonna drive me fucking crazy. Oh my soul, are you kidding me? That's adorable. That picture is, if that isn't in a frame yet, it will be. That's adorable. Holy frick. I just got it from her? Well, tell her I said put it in a frame and plaster it over top of the entrance to the home. Oh, we're not gonna be able to do that until we get up on the side of this building. That needs to be over top of the doorway like you're living in North Korea and it's the great leader over top of every door. What up, Mike? How you doing? What's the name of this place? I haven't figured it out yet. Doesn't have a name that, well, I shouldn't say that. Castle Soul. Mark, did you really have to set me up like that? Why'd you have to do me so dirty? I'm gonna go watch the video. Awesome. Alright, Corpse. Hey, you have yourself a good one. Thanks again, boss. And, I can't wait for further updates on how many limbs you lost in the last feeding. I can still count to 10. Woo! Gold Rune 10. I was kind of hoping to find a fast way up onto the back of the castle wall so we can get rid of that guy early, but does not look like it's going to happen. Going to print some pictures of our great leader now. Oh my god. Yes, please. Absolutely. 100%. Don't put a crease in it because then they'll have to put a curse on the on your family's name for 7 generations back, so be careful. That's not gonna happen, is it? I'm not entirely sure why they thought it was necessary to have this thing with the bell. Oh. We're starting it off with a bang, okay? We have no idea how hard this guy hits. Probably hard, given the area. Yeah, that's a lot of health. Oh, there's two! Allow myself to introduce myself. Holy fucking hell. Bro, what in the fuck? Oh no. More fucking dire birds. Oh Jesus, now they got fire. Oh, fuck me. These enemies are absolutely cancerous. Like, oh my god. Miyazaki was on one when he came up with these enemies. Because they hit harder than most bosses, more frequently, and are harder to hit. And they're just casual fucking enemies. Bong. What? Bong. Okay. We're working toward it. Really? Serpentine! Ow. Wait, where the fuck did he go? What the fuck? David Copperfield over here. Alright, what I would like to do is try to get on top of that guy and get rid of him. More like David Copperfield. Shit. Come on down. Just a little lower. Come on. Huh. I mean, where in the fuck are you supposed to possibly get up on top of this guy? You can try and get up higher. It doesn't really... Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streams? R. Kelly. Sorcerer painting. Oh, thank God. Yeah, Creed. Couple of real banger songs, but kind of a short-lived moment in music history, Creed. There's an anything playthrough. Oh my God. Oh my... No, you... Ah! what's your fucking secret, bud? You don't got the shit on you like the other one did. Sakes. You lumbering oaf! The other one I had to get rid of shit on him. This is, different, I guess. Or, not all of these are something that you can eventually... it's gotta be the case, though. Alright, I'm gonna hand Banana a question here. Are all of these bellboys doable, or are some of them not doable? All doable? The next hand banana is, I'm assuming this guy, you don't have to be up here to do it, it's something underneath. Is that correct or incorrect? Correct, alright. You're getting off the hook for now, bellboy. That is the most disgusting amount of damage. Like, with the most insane, how do you hit fucking... Like, why is it necessary for it to do that much fucking damage? Take that much fucking damage to kill, and have magic and shit. Like, what the fuck is the point of an enemy like that? Legitimately does more damage than bosses. And just like, when you lock on, it's just got you all over the fucking map. You can't fucking target it. It's gotta be just spite. Like 3 hits from this fucking weapon for an enemy that is that hard to hit and 3 shots me with the possibility of stun locking me to 100-0 is just like, cause I'm technically a bit over, not dramatic, but I'm still, I would consider myself a little bit over level for this area. And so to just be taking that kind of damage from an enemy that's that, squirrely is kind of fucked up. Welcome to Nova's channel where you can beat dragons in first try, but we lose to medium-sized birds. Well, that's just it. The irony. Fuck, why are any of these guys here? Oh, he gets the pass. He hits like a fucking truck. This guy's just a fucking nuisance. Oh, he is inside my asshole. Holy shit, that's a fucking jump. What the fuck? Wow. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a nice little spicy meme in there. There we go. Let's just stay up here for now. Bait? What in the 7 hells is that? Ah. A legendary armament. Fancy. Very fancy. 25 dex, 30 faith. Holy shit. Okay. Why do I feel like the boss in this zone is gonna be a meme? Fucking excuse me? This man said, I can hear you and let me teleport you to you real quick and just light your ass up. That man fucks. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Bro, this place is fucking a new level of bonkers. This place is meticulously designed to catch you at every corner. Wow, I couldn't even swing fast enough. That's pretty cool. Alright, the fact that we're getting the blood clots here and they're here tells me that there's a non-zero chance that that girl is also fucking here somewhere. Wow. 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 They get you coming and going from all angles. They've got dudes throwing AoE fireballs. They've got two fucking axe guys. They've got the fucking fast crawlers. They've got the fucking tornado dual sword wielding magic fuckboys. All in one little room. Oh my god. You can't avoid it. You are getting caught at least once. You guys come the fuck down here. We'll have a fucking Donnybrook, but we're having it down here. I'm not fighting 5. Did you really 1 HP that shit, you cocksucker? I'm not fighting 5 people. Where the fuck did you come from? Really? Wow. So these guys are functionally alarms, by the way. They're like the bugle dudes. They start fucking humming and hawing, and all of a sudden, here comes the cavalry. Or the cavalry, I should say. Oh. Oh, no shot. You did not put the boss door on the other side of that. There's a... Okay, hold on. There's a non-zero chance that the, like, one of the bosses that are here are, like, an actual big, honest-to-God fuckboy boss, so let's just explore a bit first. We know where the boss door is, fine enough. This goes down here. Okay. Fair ball. Let's, explore the rest of the zone here before we start full sending it into a fucking boss. Right, okay. Arguably, even though it's a longer run, might be easier. Fuck. Oh no! Oh my lord. Dude, this place is just toxic. My god. Wow. Holy cow. Alright, so we're back here. So that clears up pretty much the show. Did not mean to do that. Who needs potions? Not this guy. Gone up there. The only guy we didn't kill was him. Random item there. I can't believe they put this, but I might actually just run up to the fucking elevator, because running up that staircase through all that to get to the boss door is a spicy fucking meatball. Let me tell you. I'm not even sure how consistently you could get past here on, like, even partially scathed, not even unscathed. Alright. Boss door. 5 potions. No invisibility or invincibility potion left. And a dream. I'll be right back. I gotta use the washroom before we full yeet ourselves into whatever the fuck is beyond that door. Which, given how much everything is kicking my ass, I don't even want to know. But I'll be back in a few minutes. Just use the washroom. Varsity, thank you for that follow. I appreciate that.